Must be great getting to work for your uncle all the time.
Not all the time. Just when you're not around.
So can you help with my science project? The Wi-Fi on my laptop isn't working.
You know what? I would really love to, but the thing is, I have to do anything else right now.
Where's the professor?
In this private lab.
What is he doing there?
Beats me. It's his lab. Anyway, I gotta go to Cisco.
Okay.
See you later.
Hello, my name is Jawahar Sivasankaran. I'm a Cisco Distinguished Engineer in the Customer Strategy and Success Group. I welcome you to Cisco. Cisco is a worldwide leader in information technology and telecommunications. It all started in 1984 when a group of scientists from Stanford University, they wanted to connect a bunch of computers and make them talk to one another. And that was really the invention of what we called as the first router at that time. The last 15 years or so, we've been branching out into other advanced technology areas such as IP telephony, wireless, storage networking, data center, and then of course the topic of today's conversation, collaboration and video. I would say it all started in the late 90s when we got into the IP telephony and unified communications areas. The power of convergence was very evident at that time. But as the millennium dawned, what became very clear was that the power of collaboration and video has no bounds. Today we see collaboration and video technologies improving productivity of employees not only within corporations but also productivity of the workforce of entire countries. Cisco has been investing in these areas over the past 10, 12 years or so, including organic growth and organic innovation within the company, such as the telepresence that you're going to see today, as well as some strategic acquisitions that we've made over the years. All of these today work together as an architecture, as a true architecture, delivering these benefits to customers across the world. I mean, being here and being there at the same time. So you're looking at some of the benefits not only at the workplace, but also standard of living, improved standard of living. I mean, I'm happy that I don't have to travel as much as I did, and my family is happy as well. Within Cisco, as an enterprise, we have over 1,000 of these telepresence high immersive systems deployed. Collaboration technologies, they're bringing together people. They're bringing together your best minds and making them collaborate and work together. So all of these, they're definitely having a positive impact and to the enterprise, to the economy, and I would say to workforce in general.
Well, that was really neat, but I still don't know what to do about my computer.
Zoe, I told you, the secret project is nothing but boring paperwork. Why do you keep asking me all these questions?
I didn't.
Oh, good. Ah, our guest has arrived.
Hello, Professor Bell, how are you?
I am well, Jawahar. How are you?
Very good. Your telepresence rig is ready to go, and you can go ahead with your conferencing and collaboration.
Yes, thank you, Jawahar.
My pleasure.
Hi.
Hey, Zoe, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
JD told me a lot about Cisco and how they help people collaborate using telepresence. I have a lot of questions.
Definitely. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So it seems that collaboration can help people communicate in a lot of different ways. I'd like to get out in the field like JD someday, but for now I'm stuck in the lab doing a bunch of boring stuff. So how can collaboration help me get out in the field but still stay on top of my assignments?
Yep. So if you take a step back and look at some of the mega trends or the major trends happening in the industry and changing the way we go about our everyday lives, the first one is mobility. We are more mobile than ever before, just as human beings we are, right? And on top of that, what you see is this need for collaboration. You see social networking, you see collaboration within large corporations and enterprise networks.
Yeah.
And collaboration, as you could see, the power of collaboration, it's driving a lot of business capabilities. And once you start adding rich media on top of collaboration, when I mean rich media, I'm thinking of video, when I'm thinking of high definition, immersive experience video. Once you add those things on top of collaboration, you're thinking of a very, very superior experience. And then another big trend is all of these are being driven or delivered through a cloud. You probably hear about cloud computing.
Yeah.
While you go through your schoolwork, right? So mobility, collaboration, video, and then of course cloud computing that's enabling some of these components. They can really make it all happen for you right here.
That's cool. So what are some of the benefits of using telepresence?
One of the obvious ones is, hey, it's a real life experience. So
Yeah.
you're going to get a taste of telepresence, but if you think about it, you literally see the person on the other side as though you're having a face-to-face
That's cool.
conversation. Exactly. And the way we created this innovation at Cisco is all you see is a table that's separating you and the participant on the other side. And the other side could be London or Tel Aviv or Bangalore. It does not matter. You get the exact
cool.
same experience.
Yeah.
Right? And then the other things are the economic benefits. I mean, doing technology for the sake of technology is not going to take you anywhere.
Yeah.
The economic benefits of this technology, travel savings, you think about it, the productivity benefits that something like this brings to you, and then, hey, the positive impact that this has on the environment, right? You don't have to drive, you don't have to fly, you make it all happen where you are.
Cool. So you're saying that I could go work in the field and still access the network here in the lab? I mean, that's really cool. So how can we get the collaboration installed here at the lab? I mean, do I have to bring my computer?
No, not at all. And one of the things that we enable mobility is we talked about the different wireless technologies.
So I don't have to bring my computer here?
Absolutely, you don't have to bring your computer anywhere, right? If you move to another place where you have a better experience, like the immersive telepresence, obviously that's going to give you a higher level of experience.
Definitely.
But you don't have to, right? There might be needs, your productivity needs, where you don't have to do that. You make it happen all here through your computer, right here in front of you.
That's cool. So how does this connect to Wi-Fi?
Right, we use Wi-Fi every day.
Yeah. So I know a little bit about Wi-Fi connections, and I know that it connects to a network, but there's one part that I don't really understand, and that is how does the information actually travel to my laptop, but without using any wires?
Absolutely. It is the electromagnetic radiation we were talking here, right? The basic philosophy around any wireless connection.
Yeah.
And if you do the basic, you have channels. You pretty much have channels that you have to work with.
Okay.
And the channels are, they define the wavelength that these wireless transmitters, they transmit pretty much. And then you have receivers like your clients, they connect to those transmitters.
Okay, so Wi-Fi uses the electromagnetic spectrum.
Yep.
Okay, so I was just learning about that when I was researching for my report on lasers. And I had no idea that it was all connected. So if we get the Wi-Fi connection working, that means I can get back online and start collaborating with JD?
Absolutely. Do you need some help getting your computer up and running?
Yes, please.
Okay. Remember, but there's one thing you gotta think through. For your computer to successfully connect your wireless network, you gotta have the right security credentials in place. Hopefully you have it.
I haven't tried that yet.
You gotta check it out there.
Okay.
You'll do what now? Zoe, did you come up with a hypothesis?
Yes, I did. Okay, so computers use electromagnetic radiation to communicate with each other, but my computer isn't communicating properly. So if I reboot it, it might be able to start communicating again.
Excellent hypothesis. Now, how can that help with your science project?
Well, I got some really great tips from Javahar on how to get the lab back online. So then I'm going to research the electromagnetic spectrum and how visible light and lasers use certain part of the spectrum.
Excellent hypothesis.
Okay, I rebooted my computer and it's still not working.
Interesting. Are you sure you checked your password? Because the professor, I believe he changed the password.
Oops, let me try again.
Okay.
Yes, it works.
Okay, it was
Thank
as simple
you.
as that. Yeah.
Now I can get started on my science fair project. It's about lasers.
Wow. What is that? Great. Hey, it's cool, but don't shine it on his eyes. Careful.
Oh, hey, I got a message.
We don't need to worry about that right now. I need you to gather some supplies for our experiment on electromagnetic radiation. Here's a list.
Okay. Jawahar, you help me look for these things?
Yeah, let's go see what they are.
In 1917, Einstein came up with a theory called the photoelectric effect. Now, his hypothesis was that photons could make some materials release electrons. He won the Nobel Prize for that idea. Now, solar cells and microscopic circuits called transistors are created from the same idea. Later scientists realized that this process could go in reverse and that certain materials would release photons when electrified. Now, each material would be able to generate photons of a specific wavelength or color. And the idea was taken further by scientists in the 1960s who were able to create the first laser by bouncing colored light back and forth between two mirrors. And the mirrors were the right distance apart so that the wavelengths of photons would build on each other. Today we use lasers for everything. CDs, DVDs, Blu-ray discs, all use lasers. Heck, barcode readers in supermarkets. Satellite communications, delicate eye surgery, manufacturing, deep space probes. Maybe the most amazing things that lasers can do is send digital information extremely long distances through fiber optic cables at the speed of light. Today you can find lasers anywhere. You can even get them in different colors. The electromagnetic spectrum is made up of light. Now, humans can see certain colors of light. The wavelength of visible light is it's about the same size as a human cell. But there are more colors than we can see. Some colors we can feel, like infrared light, and some colors pass right through us, like X-rays and gamma rays. Wi-Fi, television, radio, cell phones, radar, all of them use a different color in the electromagnetic spectrum. Now, here's the weird thing. See, photons are waves, but they are also particles. So when you see something that's red or yellow or green, you can tell the frequency of the photon by what color that is. In fact, you're not even really seeing it. It's the light bouncing off of the thing. The other colors get absorbed as heat. The faster it's moving, the shorter the wavelength and the more energy it has. That's why a low frequency photon like infrared will be absorbed by your body. You could feel it as warmth. And an X-ray will shoot right through you. If you could see X-rays, you would see right through things. Wi-Fi is on a wavelength that makes it easy to pass through buildings and walls. By sending signals on the right frequency, a wireless router can send and receive information from the internet. Jawahar, this Wi-Fi is acting weird. Can you help me with this?
Looks like it's an old access point. Maybe it's time for a replacement. But let's see what's going on.
Come in Zoe, over.
Hello? JD, is that you?
Affirmative. You ever play with a walkie-talkie? Over.
Of course. Over.
Walkie-talkies work the same way a wireless router does.
But this one is analog, not digital. Using radio means you can only send info one way at a time.
Over.
So that's why we have to say over?
Over.
Hello?
Cell phones and wireless routers both do the same thing. They're programmed to take turns sending digital information over radio signals. The difference is that these gadgets can take turns thousands of times a second. 10 years ago, routers used A, B, and G. These are different speeds on different frequencies. Today, they use a new protocol called N, which is way faster. Here, go to the conference room.
Okay. Wow, this telepresence technology is really cool.
I know. This is connected over a cable to provide that high quality experience. But did you know that we can enable high definition video over wireless?
So in that case, the telepresence rig will send radio signals to a wireless router that's connected to the internet.
A fiber optic router makes the signals into light. Then it sends it over to the lab through special cables.
So then the lab will turn them back into radio signals and then send them to my telepresence rig over Wi-Fi.
Yeah, isn't this crazy? I mean, I love playing with this type of stuff.
Seriously, I mean, all this science behind the scenes is mind-blowing. And Cisco is a really amazing place for all these innovations.
I know.
Where are you going? Hello? What's going on? Professor, the internet stopped working again. Oh, hi, Javahar.
Oh, sorry, your internet's not working? You know what? I think the professor again changed the security credentials. I think he was worried that somebody is sneaking into the Wi-Fi network, so we just put some advanced security. I'm not sure if you caught up with all the changes.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, that telepresence machine is super cool. How many people can you collaborate with at the same time?
Did you like it? Did you get an experience of
It
that?
was super cool.
Great, yeah. No, I think it's we support. I think it's a great technology, just sitting there, right? I mean, it helps us bridge the gap between user needs and what innovation and technology can bring to the table. From a user point of view, it can scale anywhere from that individual experience with the high immersive telepresence, which is a single screen version, to more than a dozen participants on each side. Yeah, so it's a wide variety that you get, and of course, as I mentioned, once you start getting into the enabling the conferencing technologies through cloud, Cisco has WebEx. You can really scale this to hundreds of thousands of participants.
Wow, so that really opens up a world of possibilities.
It does.
Must be so cool working there. Tell me about your job. What do you like about Cisco?
I'm a distinguished engineer within Cisco, and I spend most of my time in front of customers, solving their business needs through the use of technology and innovative innovation.
What do you like most about working at Cisco?
A couple of things I can think of. The first one is customer focus. I mean, we always go after what our customers want and making sure our customers are satisfied with what they get from us. The other one that I'm really crazy about Cisco is the culture of innovation. And I've been here 12 years, and I've seen that culture of innovation right from where I started, which is right around the .com days, to where we are today. Even though we've matured as a company, the culture of innovation is still intact within the company. And then the culture of giving back. It's not just giving back for the sake of giving back. We do it because it's good for the society, but hey, it's also good for the business.
Yeah.
We see that value of giving back where, we see there's a good for the business as well, in addition to obviously the community, the value that it brings to the community.
Definitely. So what made you want to pursue a career in this field?
You know what? Honestly speaking, when I grew up, I actually grew up, I should say, in quote unquote the other side of the town, if you will, and I grew up with limited opportunities. So that meant I actually quite did not envision what I wanted to become. I got into engineering, I got into technology, I was fascinated with that when I got into it. But what I really like now is really solving business problems, again, as I'm repeating that theme, using technology. And again, technology for the sake of technology is not going to take us anywhere. It's really solving real business problems, if you think about it. And that's what excites me in my job today.
Definitely. So where do you see innovation and technology moving in the near future?
That's a very interesting question. And I've been thinking through this a little while, right? If you think the last 30, 40 years, I mean the 70s, 80s, 90s, and the first 10 years, the decade of 2000s, the biggest innovation was the internet. And pretty much everything that went from an innovation point of view, they revolved around the internet. But if you sort of think the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, we had lots of revolutionary innovations that came out, right? Whereas I think that after the 70s, the internet was the big thing, and then we saw a lot of incremental innovations that went around the internet. It's a very contrarian view to come from somebody who, I make my living out of the internet, right?
Yeah.
But I think we're really going to see innovation and technology go into the next 10, 20 years is sort of innovation outside of the internet.
Oh, cool.
Right? One thing that I'm thinking is Internet of Things, if you've heard about it, which is connecting machines, connecting all kinds of things, right? I mean, we have cows being connected with sensors.
Yeah.
We talk about, fishes being, connected with sensors. So a lot of those things are going to happen with Internet of Things. Again, it's surrounding the internet, but it's going to really take the benefit to the average human being. And another one, we're going to see a lot of innovation around environmental issues and requirements. I mean, electric cars are out here, 2010, 2011. You're going to see a lot of innovation there, green technologies.
That's important.
And those are the things that really excite me, if I think through it, right?
So the telepresence room was pretty amazing. Is there any way for other people to see it in action?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things, obviously, you got to be in a place where you have telepresence set up. And one thing that Cisco has done in the last couple of years is opening up telepresence through the use of our business partners. So you don't have to necessarily own those telepresence endpoints. You can go rent them, right, on an as-needed basis. So that's one way to do it. We demonstrate telepresence and technologies, innovative technologies like that, in our Cisco conventions, and you would see them in partner conventions as well, and events.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by to hook up the telepresence machine and for helping me with my lousy internet connection. Also, thank you for all of your wonderful insight about innovation and technology, and I should really get back to my report now, though.
Absolutely, you should. Professor Bell would be waiting to see how you're doing with that, right? Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure talking about innovation and technology and what Cisco offers.
Definitely.
So thanks for having me, okay?
No problem.
And good luck with your project.
It was nice to meet you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Stop. Whether it's on the way to school, at school, or online, bullying has become a non-stop threat to our youth today. Is your child being bullied? The National Runaway Switchboard can help. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
Man, I love these things. How do they work anyway?
Well, lasers work by emitting photons amplified in a certain wavelength.
No. I mean, how does it really work? Like, how does it turn on? It has batteries, right?
Well, when you push the button, it completes a circuit. Maybe we should start with the basics. See, everything electrical or electronic works on circuits, the basic principle of circuits. From the internet to your car, cameras, every computer program ever written, all works on circuits. So I'm going to show you how to make a simple circuit. Now, what we're going to need, you might want to write this down. Some lemons, an apple, a potato, some copper pennies, some zinc screws, some wire, a shop knife, and I think we'll power a little LED clock.
Okay.
Oh, and Scotch tape. Okay. Oh, we get some lemons, we get this. All right. Step 1. Cut a slit.
Wait. Why fruit and vegetables?
Well, the fruit is going to become the power source for the circuit that's going to make the clock turn on.
Okay.
It's called a galvanic battery. It involves the electrons being exchanged from this type of metal to this type of metal caused by the acid or waters in the fruit or the vegetable. So when you put these in, one is positive, one is negative, and you link them together, close it, that makes a circuit, and the clock works. So these are batteries. These become batteries.
Oh, okay. Okay, continue.
Okay, step 1. Cut 2 slits in each piece of fruit. Step 2. Take a piece of wire and attach it to a zinc screw on one end. Take another piece of wire and attach it to a copper penny using the Scotch tape thusly. Take the penny and the wire and put it into the fruit and put a screw into the fruit thusly.
Okay.
Now you have your negative and your positive. Now we'll take and do this again. And again. And again. And then when we touch these, we've got a simple circuit and the clock turns on.
That's so cool.
That is kind of neat, isn't it? And to think that something so basic, such a basic idea, makes the whole world run.
Yeah. So circuits are everywhere. All this stuff really works because electricity is constantly flowing through it all. It makes my head spin.
You know, Zoe, I can't help but notice how much progress you've made lately.
Really? Thanks. But I should be getting home because I have to work on my laser project, and if I don't, I'm going to be in big trouble.
I'm putting you in charge of the lab from now on.
Say what? That's great.
You're putting her in charge?
Oh, JD, you're back.
She's been here a month, barely a month. And you're putting her in charge of the lab?
Sweet.
Yeah, Zoe. Real sweet. You know what? You two deserve each other. I'm checking out for the day.
Well, don't forget we've got lots of other companies to visit next week.
Yeah. I'll get right on it.
Okay, well, today we learned how a basic circuit can send electricity. We learned that light is made of photons and comes in different colors and different wavelengths. Electricity and light working together makes some awesome technology. If you want to learn more, look us up online or send us an email at madsciencesanjose@gmail.com.
Very good, Zoe. Now, you may work here on one condition, and one condition only. You must do all of your work in this lab. Pay no attention and concern yourself not at all with what may or may not be going on anywhere else in the complex. Understand?
Understand.
And don't bring your laptop to work anymore. You can use the mainframe if you have to, and do your homework at home. This is a business, after all.
Do I get paid?
Why, certainly, in precious scientific knowledge. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have nothing to do anywhere else in a place not here